Acts 26:28 through 29 says, Then Agrippa said to Paul, Do you think that in such a short time you can persuade me to be a Christian? Paul replied, Short time or long, I pray to God that not only you, but all who are listening to me today may become what I am, except for these chains. And today I'm just grateful for life. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for strength. I'm grateful for my wife and children. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you and, friends, family, and just I'm grateful for everyone connected to me, connected through me. I just happy that, I'm happy that God has brought us here this far this year. So glory be to God as we continue to do this every morning. And I appreciate you, Indira, for, keeping the faith alive, even when we fell short and, we needed rest. He was right there to pick us up and to carry us and to ensure that, this space that God has created for us uh, remain a space, whether we were here or not, or anyone is here or not, whether, you know, it's just amazing, man. And I appreciate you for that. So today, I give you your flowers this morning. You deserve all the flowers this morning, Indira. In this particular verse, this is very interesting. So when I give you all this point, um, in this particular verse, this was when Paul was dragged in front of the king, right, by his own peers, his own friends, his ex-friends, I should say. But they still was friends to Paul in Paul's mind, but in their mind, they turned into his enemies, right? And when he went in front of the king, Paul didn't plead his case against his friend, and he didn't go and say, "Oh, they do me this and they do me that, and this why I'm here." Paul didn't do any of that. If you go back and read the story, Paul just told the king about his journey, about his experience. Paul told King about what he had went through and why he became a Christian, right? Um, what I found so interesting about this is the fact that, well, two things, right? Paul told him, because the king told Paul that, and it's just like what a lot of people believe. You believe this all your life. This is the only thing you know. Like, you think you could come right here and turn me into a Christian? This is what the king Agrippa is telling the apostle Paul. And Paul tells him this, and it's such a powerful statement, but it's what's hidden in the statement, what's so important. So listen to this small little message, right? He says, Short time or long, I pray to God that not only you, but all who are listening to me today may become what I am, except for in chains, right? So what Paul telling them is like, listen to me. It don't matter when you decide to come to God. It's just when you come to God, when you give your life to Christ. We just pray that it's sooner than later because you don't have a decision over your time here. Us as Christians, we want you to hurry up and make this decision because we know that God is in control. And if you don't make this decision, this could be your last day. We don't want you to make this decision too late. In other words, us wanting you to be a Christian isn't for us to get to heaven, it's for you to join us in heaven. This is a purely selfless move because we want you to experience eternal happiness. We want you to grow with with Christ. We want the best for you. And what Paul essentially was saying in this verse was he was saying, listen, I don't have no malice against these people. They have me in chains, right? But I still want them to find Christ. I still want to spend eternity with them. I still happy. I think myself happy. In this situation, he's in chains, that he's reminding you that he's in chains. And he's saying that I don't want this even for the people who put me in this position. And that is exactly how we have to think. We have to remove this enemy mindset out of our lives, where we think that because somebody is do something to us, that make them our enemy. No, the enemy just got inside them. These people that we want to spend eternity with us, regardless of what we say and regardless of what we do, or regardless of what we feel, or regardless of what they did to us, we still want them to spend eternity with us because guess what? We know that it ain't their fault. We forgive them before they can forgive themselves. That's what our Christ mandated us to do. He asked us to love God and then love each other. And that's what the Apostle Paul is telling us here. He's telling us here that, listen, everyone that hears my voice, I want them to come to heaven because guess what? From you could hear my voice, you's a human. Even if you can't hear my voice, you could read my lips. Whatever, you's a human, you in my presence. I want you to be in heaven with me. And what I don't want is for you to remain in chains. Because as long as the enemy have a hold of you, that's exactly where your life is. You in bondage and you in chains. So I pray that everyone in here enjoyed that little piece of message what I got out of the Acts of the Apostle. Because I found it to be so profound when I saw it, and it was just like a light bulb. And I was like, my God, thank you, God, for just always planting these little seeds that allow me to be reminded in any season that those who wish me harm, I will continue to wish them good in Jesus' mighty name. So I'm Kerry, and I relinquish the mic over to my sister Gigi.